we first got our hands on Sea of Thieves, we were drawn into its beautiful deep blue waters and the idea of an online world full of pirate glory to be found.
And while there was fun to be had, ultimately it was about as deep as a puddle. But 1 year on, it's had a heap of free updates and just received its biggest one yet, the anniversary update.
Oh, so let's dive back in and see how the water is. Yes, a lot has been added to Sea of Thieves since it first came out. From drums, dinghies, skeleton ships, and megalodons, to a whole new area full of volcanic islands. But this latest update adds two of the most requested features yet, an actual campaign with a story and a dedicated multiplayer mode.
I mean, it really should have had a story to begin with, in my opinion. But better late than never, right?
And to kick it off, hit up your old mate, the Mysterious Stranger. He'll tell you about this lost land, the Shores of Gold, which is buried in a fog and can only be found by those who possess the mysterious Shroudbreaker artifact.
They say it's an island riddled with untold riches, ancient secrets, hidden tombs, and deadly traps. But you won't find it on any map.
It's fantastically silly pirate stuff, which I love. Lost treasure, buried artifacts, lands of gold, sign me up.
The whole story is broken down into a bunch of individual quests, also known as Tall Tales. They work just like the usual voyages, although there's a bit more to them than just digging up a chest of gold or catching a chicken.
Yeah, they've got fully voice-acted cutscenes.
I am Madame Olivia of the Order of Souls.
And each one gives you a series of clues to follow in these amazing journals.
Oh, the journals are fantastic. One had me following a bunch of children's drawings. Another has you retracing the trail of doomed lovers or navigating to ancient tombs through constellations and riddles.
And they are some genuinely satisfying riddles and puzzles too. It made me feel like Indiana Jones trying to figure out some ancient mystery.
I did feel like some of the clues were maybe a bit too cryptic, and I definitely got lost on a few occasions.
The vessel led man on a journey to the one respected by all. The grump now happy with the season, and all taught the warmonger to reason.
What does that mean?
Speaking of being lost, my biggest issue was just finding where to start the quests. The first two are easy enough, but then they tell you to go speak to certain characters, but they don't tell you where they are.
A girl in a tavern, staring in awe.
What, do they expect us to sail around to every single island to find them?
Yeah, I feel like they want you to find these things as you stumble around exploring other stuff. But it is never good design if the only way to find something is through sheer dumb luck or looking up a guide.
Overall, though, I think these story missions are exactly what the original game was missing.
Stop! What do you need?
They give the world much-needed character and lore, and give us lots of interesting things to do.
And I like that each one of them has a bunch of random elements that change every time you do it. It just adds a bunch of replayability.
One of my big complaints about the original game was that there wasn't much to do while sailing to your destinations, other than sailing. But now they've added the perfect pastime, fishing. Yes, now you can cast off a line and do a spot of fishing, and it's a great minigame too. There's a good amount of strategy to fighting the fish and reeling them in. And there's different bait for different fish, special fish to catch, and a whole hunters faction to hand your catches into and progress through. You could spend days just fishing now.
And I'm sure you did. There's also a bunch of new foods and a whole cooking mechanic. You can fry up your catch for a super healthy meal. Just be careful not to burn it. Oops, it's still good.
The other big addition is the new player versus player mode called the Arena. Here, up to 4 galleons compete to earn the most silver. The main way to get silver is by picking up chests and handing them in. And damaging other ships and players also gets you a bit too. But if your ship goes down, you lose a whole heap of silver.
It is simple, but it's perfect if you're craving some high seas action. And it gives you a ton of those epic battle moments. Plus, there's a whole new faction based around it to work your way through too.
And it just feels really unique. There's no other game that nails pirate action quite as well as this. It is best with friends though, since a good team with good communication will always win out. But we should wrap this up. So, Sea of Thieves, the anniversary update. What did we think?
Well, I had some truly great gaming moments here. From single-handedly fighting off a megalodon or being chased by a galleon into the jaws of a kraken, to just setting sail into the sunset and casting a line off the side of my boat. There's nowhere quite like the Sea of Thieves. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Definitely. What was once a skeleton of a game is now a fully fleshed out, exciting pirate adventure. So I'm updating my score from 2.5 to 4.
This feels like the game I was hoping Sea of Thieves would be at launch. I still have some gripes, like the combat is clunky and it does still make me seasick. But the fishing alone is enough to make me easily recommend it now. I'm revising my score from 2 to 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.